Well, if you have stock market jitters, well, you're not alone. So how do you put yourself and your family in the best position possible when you're approaching retirement? Joining us now for Retirement Coffee Talk, George Fossing and Jim Pritchard. George is an advisor, a fiduciary, and the president of North Star Financial. Jim is North Star Financial's chief investment officer. North Star Financial and Retirement Planning is a local area firm that focuses on preparing people for a successful retirement. Good to see you guys. Got the pros in today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
A lot of experience here.
A lot of experience between you two, and of course a lot of people are talking about the stock market, trying to figure out what are the best investment opportunities. Of course you want to take advantage of when it's up, but how do you prepare for any opportunity for it to go down?
Yeah, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago when Jim was on, and some of these new vehicles, tools if you will, that are available to us and our clients, just fantastic. It takes all the guesswork out of investing, with people doing what? Betting one way or betting the other, right? And that's happening all the time. Well, these tools out there now, where you're able to go ahead and capture the upside. So if the market goes up 12%, you might get 10 or maybe even a full 12, but if markets go down 20, 25, you'd either be flat, not lose anything, or maybe down 5 or 6%.
And I'm sure you guys have that conversation that people are like, hey, if you could look in a crystal ball and tell me what's going to happen, you're like, if only, right? But really it's having the tools to be able to adjust either way.
Yeah. Well, definitely, and these tools weren't available. You know, when I started 1982, it was buy and hold, no matter what happened, right? So Wall Street would say, hey, you know, just hang on, it's going to come back. Markets would go down 50%. You're like, that's not a good strategy.
Yeah. Right. So people that are wanting to take advantage of these investment opportunities, is it a sit-down conversation to say, hey, here are some of the goals I want to achieve, here are some of the things I'm seeing in the headlines, how is this going to impact? There are lots of questions to be answered.
Yeah, I got a couple things there. One, if you're in retirement right now, is saying, do I have enough money to live off the rest of my life? Fear of outliving your money is number one. If you're pre-retiree and saying, do I have enough to retire on now, or am I on track to retire? If you are, you might want to consider locking that down, protecting it, maybe not getting the full upside, but some of it. But if it goes down, you're protected, you're not going to lose anything, or a minimal downside. So really knowing where you are, you know, that little commercial, what's your number, that type of thing. We want to know what your number is. We can help.
And so if you're retiring or soon to be retiree, what should people be doing right now? What are some of the questions they should be asking themselves? Obviously the money thing is top of the list.
Well, yeah, they need to know what they're going to need for income, right? And so, you know, you kind of lock that down, as George said, and you prepare a plan for how much income they're going to need. And then if there's any investment money left that doesn't need to generate income, then we look at some growth opportunities, and that's the money that you want to really make sure that you know, if the market implodes, that you're not going to lose it.
And also being tax-wise is important too.
Sure.
Which bucket to spend from and how to do that. Tax man's all over it. You got to be very careful with that. So that's a big deal. Tax planning matters in our business because Uncle Sam gets less, you get more. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And one of the things too that you talk about a lot of time coming on this with retirees is that the quality of life that they want to have, things they want to do with grandkids.
That's
really what all
That's
boils
really
down,
what it's
right?
about, right? You know, we always talk about the 3 phases of retirement. You just retire the go-go years. A lot of clients today doing that, traveling, do what they want to do, the grandkids, and it's usually 5 to 7 years of retirement. You want to spend more. You want to enjoy life.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you have the slow-go years. You just kind of dial it back a little bit, and the no-go years. You know, in your 90s or something, and basically more sedentary. So spending correctly and being able to enjoy your healthy younger years in retirement, not being fear of outliving it, is a #1 goal. People want to go out there and enjoy, not be worrisome. Am I spending too much?
Yeah, and you know, people are living so much longer now, right? So the amount of money that they have has to last a lot longer than say in our parents' generation. So yeah, planning's pretty important. They should sit down and look at their situation. They should call us, obviously.
So I think I know a couple guys that could maybe help them out with some of these things.
Good stuff,
right?
Thanks, man.
George and Jim, thank you guys so much for giving us a little bit of a little at ease about what's going on here in the stock market and some of the questions that we should be answering at home. And for you guys at home, if you're currently retired or getting close to retirement and would like to learn more about how to help protect and grow your hard-earned savings and investments, North Star Financial has a great offer for you right now. For the first 5 callers who have saved $500,000 or more, they're offering a complimentary, no obligation Allocation, Retirement, and Investment Report. The report will include potential tax saving opportunities and ways to reduce the effects of market volatility on your portfolio. Their team will schedule a phone call, video call, or future in-office meeting so you can speak with them personally to provide that roadmap with going forward and how you can best take advantage of those investment opportunities. The number you need to call is on your screen, 864-309-8146. Again, 864-309-8146.